welcome to my brand new channel. I've done it. I've joined the legions of YouTubers. I'm a YouTuber now. I'm part of the army. So in this channel, I'm not going to be posting any of my full pole dancing routines. It's more going to be me explaining sort of how-tos and what I personally do and everything to do with the pole dancing lifestyle and everything that goes around pole well-being and all that kind of stuff. If you want to see routines of me actually dancing, then you need to check out my Instagram, which I will link below, and I post all my routines on there. And the reason why I'm not really going to be posting them on YouTube is because of all sort of music copyright issues, and I'm not going to post videos of me dancing with no music, just not gonna happen. If you have any particular topics that you want me to focus on, then DM me on Instagram. I check my requests fairly regularly. The inspiration for a lot of my videos actually comes from my Instagram DMs because people do ask me a lot of questions. A lot of people think that I'm a stripper. Let me just clarify this. I'm not a stripper. I don't work in a club or anything like that. I just pole dance for fun. I'm not a stripper. But without further ado, let's get into this video. So the first thing I do is pick a song, and this is really important to me personally because I love music and my music style tends to be very smooth, neo-soul, very jazzy. That's the kind of stuff that I like personally. I think that also dictates my dance style as well. So my dance style is very sloth-like, very slow and very sort of flowy, but that's the kind of style that I personally like. A lot of other people prefer to be sort of jumping about, you know, especially people who use static pole. They like to sort of flip themselves all over the place. That's not me. So listening to the song over and over again is really important because it allows you to understand sort of where the accents in the song are, where the music ebbs and flows, any motifs that you want to replicate in your dance. So pick the kind of music that you like, and that will help to determine your dance style too, and will help you to explore more about yourself. So the second thing that I do is pick no more than 4 moves. Usually my dance routines last between 40 seconds to a minute. I mean, I would probably join them all together if I was doing like a very long performance, but that's usually what I go for, and I don't pick more than 4 moves. This is because you don't want to be sort of rushing through all of your dance routines, and you want to be able to think about how you can sort of very nicely get into the move and nicely go out of the move, and the transitions between each one. You don't want to be rushing because then the audience isn't really going to appreciate the effort that you've put into making those shapes. And it's really nice when you can sort of gently get into the shape and then everyone's like, ooh, wow, you know. You don't want to just sort of be rushing from one move to another, and no one actually really gets to see what you've done, because by the time the pole has done 360 degrees, you're already on to the next one. So the third thing I do is think about my order and transitions. And firstly, the order is very important because for me personally, I'm quite tall, which means that I need to seriously think about where on the pole I am. For example, some moves, or in this example, this move requires that I actually fall down the pole slightly. I mean, it's mostly because my feet were kind of dry and I couldn't grip on very well, but naturally my body would have fallen because I need to extend it to fully allow my arms to reach above my head. Your positioning is really important. So for example, when you're doing something like a sit, you can sit anywhere on the pole, especially if you're completely horizontal and you're almost doing a layback basically. You can be as close to the floor as you want, you can be almost touching the roof if you want, it doesn't really matter. But obviously when you're doing things that require you to sort of be fully extended in your body, then it's better that you be slightly higher on the pole. Thinking about transitions is really important because you want your body to flow smoothly throughout your whole routine. You don't want it to be sort of juttery and start and stoppy. You want your audience to be able to see you just fluidly and effortlessly move through all your moves. In this example, when I'm swinging my arm back and around, sort of going into a bit of a back bend, I actually bring my arm all the way around sort of 360 and then grab the pole. It wouldn't look as nice if I just sort of grab the pole straight away because it sort of interrupts the natural flow of what I'm doing, and it's also actually a lot easier and less stressful on the body if you just sort of naturally flop your arms about and flow around. So when I'm also thinking about transition, I think about how I want to manipulate my body. So I don't want to be fighting the direction of the pole, because obviously when you're spinning fairly fast there's a lot of force going in, and you don't want to be wasting extra energies on sort of fighting the pole and going in the opposite direction to what it's spinning you in. And I think a big thing that can help is freestyling. So you want to use the direction of the pole to your advantage. So in this example I made sure that I had my arm placement correct so that my body would naturally just sort of flow around with the pole and that I wouldn't be fighting it, which enabled me to just go into my next move. I actually freestyled that bit because naturally you just want your body to just sort of flow around, and you don't want to fight the force. Don't fight the force. So the fourth thing I do is think about variations, and variations are really cool because it can add a bit more pizzazz to your routines. You want to make it seem as if you're doing something different when the reality is you're not at all. It's a bit more exciting than holding the same move just for about 10 seconds. You can switch something up slightly and make it look as if you're doing something different. So the first shape that I changed was the one where I'm holding myself up with my armpit and my back leg. And my armpit and my back leg is actually what is holding me to the pole. My other arm and my other leg aren't actually doing very much. And because of this, I can move them around because they're not really providing much grip. I variated the shape by sort of just putting my leg down and extending my arm back and around, and adding a slight back bend to make it look as if I'm doing something really cool, but not really. The second shape that I changed slightly was just extending my leg. In actuality, I learnt to do it the extended version, and then when I was practicing I just bent my leg a bit just to see what it would look like, and then extended my leg, and it looks as if I'm still moving, but in actuality it's still the same pose. So that is it. That is how I choreograph my routines in 4 simple-ish kind of steps. Let me know if there are any topics that you want me to cover. Just DM me on Instagram. As I said, I check my DMs fairly regularly, and so if you have anything you want me to talk about, I will let you know if I will. Also, the full dance routine for this is on my Instagram. I will link the specific video in my description box. And thank you guys very much for watching. I hope I will see you in my next video. Bye!